Hey YouTube, Bear Prepper here. I'm going to do that cake mix that I promised you. We're going to do one video of the yellow or white cake mix and one video of the chocolate cake mix. So this is going to be the yellow white cake mix. So I'm going to make 4 batches of cake mix. I'll post the recipe for a single batch, and you can listen to the video for how you multiply it if you have difficulties with that. So we're going to need 7.5 cups of flour, just your regular store-bought flour. We need 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder, which would be 10 teaspoons quadrupled. So that was 1 7/8 cups of flour, 7.5 cups multiplied. Alright, salt. You need 1 teaspoon of salt or 4 teaspoons for a large batch. You need 1 1/4 cup of sugar or 5 cups of sugar for the large batch. You need 1/2 cup of vegetable shortening or 2 cups of vegetable shortening. Now, if you don't have vegetable shortening powder, you can go ahead and use regular shortening in this premix. Just know that you'll probably have to use these up within 2 years, whereas mine can last about 10 years. So I have 2 cups of shortening powder. And that's all there is to it. We just mix it up. And make sure you mix it really good, because you want it to spread out through all of the flour, so when you scoop out your measurements, you're getting the right combination. I used to make these one at a time, and found that when I made them 4 at a time, I really didn't see a difference in the way they baked. It was all a matter of making sure you mixed it good. And I'm going to go ahead and keep mixing this. I'll probably mix it for 5 minutes, and then I'll come back to you. One of the other things I like to do is I like to add my milk in now, so that I don't have to worry about having milk or powdered milk when the time comes to use it. So for a single batch, it'd be 1/3 a cup of milk powdered, or 4/3. So that's 1 1/3, right? Cups of powdered milk. It just makes it easier for me to just store all the ingredients, and then as I run low on milk or any of the ingredients, I can stock up on them and still have cake. You can also, at this point, you can add your glycerin for your eggs, or gelatin for your eggs. It's 1 teaspoon of gelatin for 1 egg. So you could add all your eggs. Now, I prefer to add that when I'm making it, but you can add it now if you like. Okay, I put 3 2/3 cup of mix in each of the bags. You can also just leave it in a sealed bucket or container. Your measurements might be a little more if you use the liquid shortening. Okay, so let's bake our yellow white cake mix. I have my 3 and got it written down. My 3 2/3 a cup of mix in my bowl. We already have our milk in there because we used the powdered. 1 package of gelatin or 2 teaspoons. 1 package is 2 teaspoons of gelatin, is equivalent to 2 eggs. So we're going to add that. And then we're going to add about 1.5 cups to 2 cups of water. And with this, you're just kind of mixing water until it's the right consistency for cake mix. I tend to make mine a little waterier because they tend to not dry out so much. You can also at this point put in a pudding, which I think I'm going to do on this one if I have some in the cupboard. banana. Oh no, vanilla. Let's just do vanilla. And then the only other thing that we have to add to this is our teaspoon of vanilla. And like most bakers, I'm going to eyeball it. Use white vanilla if you want it to be a completely white cake. And so I'm going to add some pudding. This is about 1/3 cup. So if you're dealing with the canned pudding, it's about 1/3 cup. Needs a little more. And the vanilla pudding turned it yellow, so it won't be a white cake now. But without the pudding, it would have been a white cake. Just get it the consistency you want. And then we're going to divide it between 2 greased, floured pans. This is the grease I was talking about. You can use in the recipe, Crisco, lard, any of those. Or you can use the powdered shortening. But this is what you want to grease your pans with, something like that. And then flour them to help them stop sticking. And I think I said we've got the oven preheated to 375. And you're going to cook these for 20 to 25 minutes. Until they start to pull away from the edge of the pan. Probably could have added a little more water to it. It's a little thick. I think it's because of the pudding. It thickens up pretty quick. Either that or I'm just really bad at measuring half. Okay, so I'm going to bake these for 25 minutes.
Awesome.
Okay, here is the yellow cake. Now, I was really uneven. You could actually, it's really hot. You could actually put this in one pan and just bake it. It's packaged up mostly for like if you're going to do over your fire, but it works great in the house too. And if you're better at getting them even, they turn out better. We'll let that cool a few minutes. Okay, so here's the yellow cake. Of course, I ran out of frosting. You'll see why when you see the chocolate cake video. Let me get a knife here and let me cut you a piece. This one was with the pudding in it. Plates are always hard to cut on. That's going in my mouth anyways, right? But I'm no good at frosting because I'm just going to eat it anyways. There you go. Cake.